It is 9 a.m. here in Los Angeles. Friday, the 23rd of May, AD 2025. And thank you guys for joining me. Shout out. Let me see if I can just. I'll try to raid. Raid. Not that kind of raid. Belated happy birthday, JLP. That's cool. Thank you, Jesse Lee Peterson / Pastor Shadowley or whoever rated the stream over on Rumble. Very nice. Very nice. Should be live on Pilled, and I do see me on punchy.tv /Hake. Very cool. I mentioned before I got started on the video feed that I will be getting to your calls, 1-888-775-3773. That is 888-77-JESSE, FYI. And it's 888-77-JESSE, because obviously, for most of you guys, it's quite obvious, I'm on JLP's network. Isn't that nice? What a great thing. And I will read your coffees. I did see that some coffees came through. You know what? Actually, I am remiss in reading some of the Rumble rants from like days ago. So let me show those to you now. I know. Oh, you know what? Can you do the thingy? Do that thing! Do that thing! Whoa! Look at that look! Look at that look! Do that thing! That's a Placeboing reference. Yeah, man! Look at that look! Look at that look! Disturbing show, TV show. But he did Trump remixes, and he also did a remix of Breaking Bad, that degenerate drug-making cancer show. Cancer to Society show. And so, shout out to Placeboing. Yeah, man, look at that look. He's a very talented, I guess you could call him a musician. But I had missed these Rumble rants, so let me pull them up. WT1 said, Mark's emotional hate, Y-I-N, yin? I wonder if yin, is that a yin? Oh, yeah, yin-yang, indeed. Isn't as entertaining without the counterbalance of the snake. Yang. Yang gang. Ah, interesting. Well, unfortunately, I had to ban the yang. I think I ought to ban the yang. I feel it in my bones. And for once in his life, Robert in Kansas is right. I feel I must ban the yang. The yang gang. Go back to Taiwan, you anchor baby. I'm not actually talking about Andrew Yang. I'm talking about that one guy. That one guy. He wants to team up with an even bigger snake. Even slimier snake. So I like snakes, you know, I do. But I'm with you, WT1. I'm with you. It isn't. That's true. Perhaps we can make RONNIE in Ohio grow. WT1 also says, Hake, is JLP saying Jasmine Cricket? Or Jasmine Cricket? He's saying Jasmine Crooked. And I didn't know this, but I think that might be a slur that I must disavow. Let me look it up on the internet. Because I don't know my slurs. They're saying that calling a spade is racist. Because blacks were called spades. Whoa, I can't put that. Wait. Is moon cricket a slur? It doesn't want to tell me. Let me go to dictionary. Far left fake news dictionary. Moon crickets content warning. Article contains offensive racist language, included to document the real-world use of this term. Moon crickets is a racial slur against black with a capital B, because they're kissing up ever since Georgia, Florida people. It may sound fanciful and innocent. The term is absolutely not. Okay. The exact origin is obscure. One theory suggests it begins with U.S. slaves who sang as a pastime an act of community resistance. At night, after their labor, crickets are known to chirp in the evening. I can't even make the sound. Probably Anchor Baby could. Similar, sort of reminiscent with birds. Like, I felt like I heard crickets in the background, which was like the breath through his teeth. Nice. And so Green's Dictionary of Slang only cites the term in the 1990s in prison slang. 2015, a basketball coach in Maine settled a lawsuit against him after he called 2 black players moon crickets. Wow, it's ridiculous. It's an attack on whites and our freedom of speech. In 2017, the Facebook account of an Oklahoma police officer. You can't police people's hate, okay? Police. A police officer allegedly hacked with racist posts featuring the slur moon crickets against NFL players protesting against so-called police brutality, which is imaginary. No such thing. They don't ever talk about black brutality, which is far worse. The term is used solely in the United States and primarily in southern states, Florida, North Carolina, Georgia, Alabama, Tennessee. Tennessee. I love Tennessee. It's like my top 3 favorite states. Or at least top 50. There's unfortunately a cafe called Moon Cricket Grill. Wow, who is this writing? I told you the dictionary is far left fake news. Put your name on your article, dictionary.com. Show thyself. Identify yourself. What a mess. So I disavow your, no, JLP is not saying that. He's not saying that. Oh, 2018, this article came out. So those are the super chats from days ago on Rumble. Thank you, WT1. Very faithful supporter. So awesome. Of course. And it's Friday. We'll see if I talk during this. This is actually beach stream footage that I tend to show lately, guys. Let me bring down the volume of this racket. You hear the wind rustling, rattling against the mic of my phone, which is actually a video camera thingy. Looking out over the beautiful blue ocean, the Pacific Ocean, because I'm over here on the west coast of America. Very nice. What's up, Chase, in Tejas? You scatterbrained brother of mine. I'm scatterbrained as well, but it's not right. Let's not be scatterbrained. Callers who are already on hold, I will be getting to you. You can call in. There is one line open, 1-888-775-3773. So shout out to, what was I singing? Oh no, yeah. Placeboing and MC. We'll call it MC slur per dictionary. Thank you, WT1, for the supers. Supers. That's cool. We're going to have a fun time, okay? You can super chat via rumble.com/the Hake Report. It may take me days to get there to them, but I hope and pray that I do. Thank you. What's up, Jim in Alaska and you guys who go on to Punchy? I ought to be live on BitChute. Can you believe it? And X, Twitter. That's cool. Nice. Oh, no, it doesn't look like I am. Let me, while I'm here, before I get started here, I am going to do my, I'm going to start a new stream because this one is not working, okay? I'm going to delete this because this is important, okay? It's important, guys. It is the 3rd of May, 2025 AD. I don't know, news? What are we talking about today? News, current events, people's problems. Start immediately. Create the broadcast. Post the broadcast on X. And, you know, it's a big mess. Late. Glitch. Whatever. So here, I like to make sure that it is going. Nobody even watches on X, so you could argue that I shouldn't waste my time with it, but I think that I should. After the Hake Report will be not Joel Friday. He's not live on Fridays. He is alive on Fridays, though. Alive and kicking and doing work. If Joel Friday were live on Fridays, you might not have Punchy TV on Mondays at 2 p.m. Pacific time. So show some respect, you know? Some respect. We have the Fallen State .tv happening, and I'm going to set up that live stream while I'm talking with you guys. It's 11 o'clock a.m. It's the 23rd. And what is the Fallen State going to be? It's going to be that sort of a dirty woman. Girl. Terrible. I disavow it. But August. A beautiful woman, actually, on the outside. Very nice. He's going to, JLP, a pre-taped interview, the Fallen State .tv. It will be streaming on pilled.net. I have set it up. I did. On Pilled. And let me set it up on BitChute as well, since I'm here. Because we like to stream those things on the alternative platforms, okay? And I like to make sure that they do go. And I have not given these guys the know-how to do it, okay? I haven't given them the know-how to do it. So I'll fix the BitChute and Pilled streams, and I think we're set to go. Very nice. What's up, man? The road. The Rhodesian Ridgeback is actually here. Let me see if I can.
If it's easy.
Yeah, I think it's easy. Am I smart enough to do it? Let me see. Yeah. Let me find, is it guitar? You can go. I'm just going to unmute all of these. Trombone, guitar. Okay.
See if it works.
Yeah. Flip on that thing. It's that.
That's what she said.
Nice.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I just want to lose this gut.
He just wants to lose his gut. It's not showing. You have to move. There you are. cover your eyes, ladies. He needs to lose the gut. You can sit right on that thing.
I'm taking the fat shot.
You're taking the fat. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Got it from England for $88.
Really?
I was paying $1,326.
Really?
I've lost 100 pounds so far.
Is that was no? Wait! You're trolling me. You can actually swing that whole thing towards you. There you
That's
go.
what I said.
Because if you look at the screen, you're kind of off the screen, man.
There we go.
There we go. Yeah,
As long as you can see my abs.
that's right.
And I don't even work out. Look at that.
I don't either. But
It's the fat shot. Do you think our great leader takes it? That's the $1 million question.
Oh, Ozempic, Trump.
I hope so. I
You hope
want
he
him
does.
to be the best he can be.
Yeah.
You know?
He has great energy. They say that he's lost a little bit of weight. He gained weight in his first term, and they say that he's lost weight. I really don't notice.
I feel like a beta when I watch Trump.
Oh, yeah?
I do. I feel like a lazy bum
Yeah.
because he never sleeps. He's a machine.
Yeah. Yeah, he really is. He has energy from God, just like the anchor baby. Shout out.
From God.
Yeah. And he's unfazed by his enemies.
Yeah, I'm kind
They're
of
fazed
ashamed.
by him, but not he them.
I'm also ashamed because I'm too emotional, and Trump's as cool as a cucumber.
Yeah.
It's like water off a duck's back.
And we're going through stuff. Everybody's going through stuff, but he's going through.
Yeah,
Like-
he's been a hell and back 25 times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out.
Hey Nick, the ankle baby.
I did it all by myself.
Look how
Thank
lean
you,
he
baby.
got.
Yeah, I know. He's fit.
Are you taking the fat shot?
His face isn't even fat anymore.
I don't even work out anymore. I just take the fat shot and I eat once a week.
JLP's. Yeah. Roughly
I
the
think
same
Hake's
size.
got me, Jesse.
It's roughly.
It's about
quite-
the same.
Yeah. Compared to like an elephant,
Yeah.
we're about this. Our
And-
arms are about the same size.
Pico's that way, guys.
The 10 freeway is that way, guys.
That way.
We're pointing in actually different directions. So Trump is bringing down the cost of prescriptions going down per Trump.
And then he said a friend of him called him from Europe or somewhere.
A friend of
England.
He had bought some medication.
a friend in England,
Paid $80 for it.
A friend of Trump's.
a friend of Trump's paid $80
So that's what he's referring to.
for something. Oh, okay. So yeah, because in America we pay like 10 times or 3 times that.
So Justin, we got to clear him up on here on air. He'll say,
Oh yeah, true. So yeah,
No,
that's true.
but
But
it-
sometimes he's proven right, even though I can't find it.
When was I proven wrong?
he was saying he's taking
It's
I don't know if-
easier. It's easier to say when was I wrong. That's what I say to my wife. When was I wrong?
that medication. When he said he's taking the weight loss, it's not true.
Yeah.
What?
Trump is not necessarily taking the weight loss medications.
He's not taking it.
Oh yeah, neither is
How do you know
this
that?
man. And he actually does
I'm
exercise.
an open book. There's no
he works out.
secrets amongst friends.
So Rhodesian Ridgeback, also known as what's your first name again?
Justin.
Justin. Nice.
Just in case, they used to call me.
Just in case.
The girls.
Yikes. I'm afraid to ask.
That's PG-13. Man.
You
This
got
show
Anchor
is
Baby cracking up.
PG-13, guys.
Right.
Keep it clean.
Yeah. Oh man.
I haven't had carbs in a week, guys. Zero.
Yeah. You feel kind of
about
better, but
the
you also
ankle
feel
baby?
carbs
Eat
every
carbs
day.
every day?
Anchor Baby loves carbs and sugar.
Boo.
And yeah.
Ah!
And it says MAGA Ultra. Supreme Freedom.
Clear it up, yeah, make sure you didn't know everything Justin said was not true.
Yeah, just so you know, guys, don't believe anything that you hear from Justin or Hake. Or
Don't
anybody.
believe the hype.
Yeah. Know for yourself.
I'm just stretching.
Oh, you do have sweat a little bit.
I am human, guys.
It doesn't look as like crazy
I better
as Joel's
go.
or.
I'm
or
sorry
Hake's.
I'm harassing you guys.
No, it's fun, man.
I had too much coffee, I think.
Right on.
We doing legs and cardio today, Jesse.
Right on.
You know we got to do back and bicep because I missed yesterday.
The time is ticking.
Wow, I like that. 10:22.
Yeah.
I like that.
That's when I had my watch band broke. I gotta
Okay,
get.
guys, what did there was something important I wanted to say.
Okay.
Oh, the meeting in the Oval Office with Cyril.
Yeah, Cyril
What a
Ramaphosa.
piece.
Yeah. Shout out.
Yep. Thank God bless Trump for doing that.
Yeah,
He
I agree,
exposed
man.
him.
Yeah. Just expose him as a mocker,
Yeah.
not a
Horrible.
serious person, an evil person.
He's history.
Yeah.
Okay, guys.
Thank you, man.
God bless. Happy Memorial Day in advance.
You can just leave it. Thank you, man.
And
Happy Memorial Day. Cheers. Oh, thanks, Anchor Baby. Anchor Baby, man in the board. Oops. Nice. Okay, oh yeah, let me do this. Because I'm very smart. See that? Yeah, I agree, man. That's serious. God bless Trump. So I'm singing in this video here, where I'm singing It's Mexican Monday, kind of on a Friday. I was singing Rigo Tovar, I remember. Como se la mujer. I gotta get going on this show, everybody. It's 21 minutes after the hour. Rigo Tovar, anybody? Rigo Tovar. Anyway, guys, let's just get right on with the show. Sorry, that was loud.
Oh, it's the Hake Report, the Hake Report, la la la. Oh, it's the Hake Report, the Hake Report, la la la.
Hey guys! I hope you're enjoying the Americanized Mexican-American AJ Gallardo liberal musician original theme song of the Hake Report.
Oh, it's the Hake Report, the Hake Report, la la la. Oh, it's the Hake Report, the Hake Report, la la la.
So, how y'all doing? I am fine. I have my, a man with anger is a murderer, hurting himself primarily. The false self. Hurting the false self. What a mess. From JesseLeePeterson.shop, okay? JesseLeePeterson.shop. Different from hake.printify.me. It's not hake.printify.me. That's the Hake Report swag. JesseLeePeterson.shop is the JLP stuff. Okay? Nice. I would like to get to a couple of calls here before I get into some of the news. Man, Alex in California is on the line here. Alex, thanks for calling, man, and holding. What's up?
Good morning, Hake. How you doing?
Doing well. Thank you.
So I just heard some sad news, and then I want to finish off with something happy, and we'll try to zip through it to save time for
Cool.
people next.
Thank you, man.
Me. So if you could maybe Google and clarify this for me, I just heard that Zimbabwe either has already or is going to slaughter 300 elephants to feed the starving people because they drove away all the white farmers.
Wow, really?
Yeah, I was a little upset. I know we're supposed to be emotionless and unshakable, but I like elephants, you know? I'm a little shaken.
To feed
That's a lot of meat,
the hungry.
if you think about it.
That is a lot. I've never even heard of Zimbabwe orders mass slaughter per this first post. I've never heard of this outlet. To feed people amid drought. Culling elephants to feed people left hungry. ABC News Australia. Yeah, it looks like that's real news, man.
Did it happen already, or they're going to?
To call them. That I don't know, because this is news from September. Namibia, pardon me, I don't know how to read. Zimbabwe stated back on a Monday back in September, reported September 17th or so, they would allow the killing of 200 elephants so that their meat can be distributed among so-called needy communities. And it,
You said 200 with a two?
Yeah, 200 with a two. 200 elephants. And that was reported September and, of just 2024.
Yeah, I just heard that right now. I'm glad I clarified it with Hake, the fact checker.
Yeah.
I mean, it just goes to show you, let's just throw an extra 100 on there. Not that it's any less evil.
Right.
But yeah, you gotta check your news with Hake.
That's true. What a mess, man. And that's because drought amid the loss, because Zimbabwe was once Rhodesia. Am I right about that? Something like that. That's where Justin's from.
Yeah.
I think. Rhodesia.
Something like that. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I'm an animal guy, as you know, and I don't know. I just think that's like, I'm thinking a full-grown elephant. I don't know if the females are bigger than the males, but those are pretty large animals.
Yeah.
How many people are we figuring need to be fed by 200 of those? That's crazy.
That is crazy.
Goes to show you what happens without the white man.
Yeah. Exactly.
It trickles all the way down to the animals. And think about it, elephants are endangered.
Are they?
Yeah.
What a mess.
Yeah, it's a mess.
Allow communities in need to kill up to... Oh, no. Hold on. This says Zimbabwe plans to allow communities in need to kill up to 200 elephants. So is it 200 elephants across the whole country or per community? I don't know.
I'm thinking across the whole country, because it might be a big country, but you can't be... I mean, that's a lot of meat.
Yeah.
It has to be...
Yeah.
How are they going to know how to, like, what's it called? Preserve it and all that.
Yeah, salt and ice. Namibia, if I'm pronouncing the name correctly, has already begun its own cull, which is kill, of 700 animals, including hippos, buffalo, and zebras. That is wild. You don't think of those, except for buffalo or bison. You don't think of those things as meat, but buffalo are not bison, because bison are in America, right? Buffalo are over there. I don't know.
I believe so, yeah. Something like that.
That is, some people believe it's unjustified, this decision, from a conservation perspective. And yeah, it is, it seems uncivilized to be doing that. And it seems like like you said, it's a mismanagement of the land, the farms, their own country. Because, like you said, they drove out the whites.
I was going to say, if they had some white scientists, they could do some lab-grown meat.
Right. They could eat bugs. Yeah, right. I mean, we have enough GMOs allow us to grow all kinds of food like crazy. We could give them GMO corn and GMO soy.
Yeah, give them all the stuff. Yeah, exactly. All the stuff that we don't want because we're too hoity-toity for our chemicals here in America now.
Yeah.
I like that idea.
Right.
But yeah, that's the sad news I had.
Yeah.
Shout out to the elephants.
Yeah. Wow. That is crazy.
And then the other kind of happier, more fun thing, you brought up Uptalk, I think yesterday or the day before.
Yeah.
So I've been that one hit me kind of hard. Like all musicians are liberals,
right?
And I've even been told these days that I have a very monotone way of speaking, And the reason I have a monotone way of speaking is because I'm afraid of doing the uptalk things. I don't want to sound like a girly liberal.
Yeah.
But
I was kind of like, or I think I still kind of am, like that too. People thought I was like a dead robot when I was like in junior high, high school. But anyway, go ahead.
I mean, my friend gives me crap about it, but it's like, I don't know. Like, I think this context makes sense. But I was thinking about it. There's up talk, mid talk, and down talk, if you really think about it.
Yeah.
So up talk is when you finish the sentence going up.
Right.
Down talk is when you start the sentence with the up. And then mid talk is when you use the middle of the sentence to ask accent. And I was just thinking about that. It's not really anything important, but it's something to think about where you can be conscious of what you're doing with your voice, and you can avoid sounding like a liberal, or you can emphasize certain things. I don't know. It's just something I was thinking about.
Interested. Right on.
Yeah, that's all I got
these
for
are
today.
all tools of communication.
Yeah, I mean, as an audio guy, it might be more important or useful for me, but it was just something I stumbled upon in my imagination.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely communicates something, the way that you talk.
Yeah, I think if you're trying to emphasize stuff, people use the mid talk. Where they emphasize the middle of the sentence.
A point during a speech. Okay, interesting, man.
I don't even know if those are real words. That's just what I'm calling it.
Yeah. Okay. Nice.
Yeah. So shout out to the elephants.
Yeah. Rest in peace to those hippos and zebras and buffalo in Namibia.
And they're picking all the big, fat, meaty animals to mess up.
Yeah. Hippos are supposed
All
to
right,
kill
you guys
us.
have a
We're
great
not supposed
show.
to kill them. Thanks, man. Take care. What a mess. Uptalk, etc. Michael in Canada is on the line over here. Michael, thank you for calling and holding. What's up?
Hey!
Hey, Michael.
That wasn't loud enough, man. Cry out.
I know. I have to back off the mic if I want to do it loud.
Yeah, I mean.
Nice.
Man, I've never seen you on the large screen, you know. Now I'm looking at you on the large screen, on my TV, actually.
That's cool, man.
And now you need exercise, man.
Oh, you
ain't
can
got
tell.
no bicep, man. What the? Do push-ups, man.
Hey, I did push-ups yesterday.
Oh,
I did
for real?
Yeah, I did
How many?
12.
Come on, man.
It's quality, not quantity.
How many times you did 12 push-ups?
Once.
I mean, how many repetitions?
12 repetitions, one set. Only one set of 12.
Oh, sorry, set. Hey,
Yeah.
I'm not.
Just one set. I'm like that one bodybuilder who only did one set.
Man.
I know. I used to
Okay.
do like 2, 3, maybe even more. Of like, I would start when I was in high school, I would do like 70. My first thing, and then I would do 50, and I'd do 40. And I would do like circuit training because I was injured. So I did push-ups, sit-ups, crunches, pull-ups, leg lifts, leg curls, arm swings, curls, whatever. But I am mostly walking, jogging, and then I'll do my set of push-ups, leg lifts, crunch things, and
Yeah, but 12
squats.
push-up won't make it, man. 12 push-up won't do it.
Hey, baby steps. I used to do 3.
What?
Yeah, I'm serious. I did 3.
What's your height, man?
5'9" and a quarter.
What?
Yeah.
5'9", you can even do because you were injured.
Yeah, I was injured and I was
Oh,
really
okay, I get
out
it,
of shape, and it was very easy for me to pull something or mess something up or hurt my neck or my back or whatever. I hurt my neck doing a pull-up after doing, push-ups and sit-ups. And so it was super easy for me to injure. And then also by the time I'm done with like walking and jogging, I feel a little bit short of time to be doing multiple sets. But I think I will grow into doing multiple sets and just watch.
But it's pretty serious what you got on your back.
Yeah, but it's no disc thing that I'm aware of. It's not like a disc issue. It's just a inactivity. When you're inactive, then you get active, you injure yourself, and then you gotta be a bit remedial. And I was very sedentary for about 10 years there, maybe 15 by now. So, yeah, terrible.
Yeah, terrible.
Yeah, but it's okay.
I mean, I never stopped, so
You start
I
where you
don't
are.
know what it is.
No, yeah. You just, I've learned, I don't know if it's my age and experience, but or just by necessity, but I'm much more
I don't
patient.
think it's your age, man.
No, yeah, I think it's more, no, here's what I'm saying. I'm not talking about the fitness level. In terms of my mindset, I'm a lot I'm a lot more patient with myself. When I first started doing a little bit of exercise again, I would walk. And I didn't care how slow of a walk it was. I was just walk. And walking, I got to start to walk faster and faster. I got to start to jog. I even got to start to run for a bit. So I think things are looking up, Buttercup.
Yeah. You sound like a 73 years old that comes at the grocery store.
Yeah. You know how people are, in school, the very slow, stupid people are in remedial. They call it remedial learning. I'm remedial in my fitness right now.
Man, what happened? You had a car accident? You fell off a building? What happened, man?
I was very inactive, and then I started to play soccer again. Or I went and played soccer, and I got over into it. I fell on my butt, and it did something to my back, and I couldn't even walk. I had
your lower back.
Yeah, my lower back, and I had to.
Maybe it fell off of its place.
This was 10 years. This was about 10 years ago. This was when Trump was first elected the first time.
Yeah, because I had a friend when I was young. He was trying to. You don't have snow in California, but he was trying to pull a big ball of snow.
Yeah.
And his lower back disconnected.
Yeah.
Dislocated.
Terrible.
And even to this day, he has rough problem with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can understand.
Yeah, even just standing or I used to lie on my back to sleep all the time. And now it's not comfortable lying on my back because, I can do it, but after a while, I feel like this weird twinge in my lower back. And so I have to lay on my side. So,
darn.
Yeah. But I don't know. I don't think that there's anything slipped. No slipped disc, no herniated disc that I know of. It's just, I think it's a lack of fitness that's causing problems. And as I strengthen and get flexible again, stretch and exercise and hopefully sleep enough and eat better, then I think that I'll come back to life.
Yeah, at least you don't drink alcohol, man, because if you were drinking alcohol or beer, you will have a pretty big belly, man.
Oh, yeah.
You got a chance for that because, man, I know a lot of people, they're pretty much like you. They don't do nothing. And 34, 35, they look like a pig.
Yeah, it's not right. It's not good.
Yeah, and you'll be older and older, and once your muscles gonna...
Yeah. They start
that's bad, man.
They start to decline.
Yeah, exactly. So you need to exercise. JLP, he looks like he exercises a lot.
Yeah, he does. He exercises.
And it was his birthday yesterday.
Yeah, 76 years old. Eh? 76.
Dang.
Yep.
Man, black don't crack.
Indeed.
That's for real. Yeah, I mean, you see in his face that he's older and older, because when I start listening to a GLP, it was 2020 or 2019, something like that. And his face was brighter. I don't know, it's... and now, you know, once you get older and older, you can have always a beautiful skin.
Yeah, right on.
But anyway, hey, I was supposed to talk about Mark Carney.
Yeah, Mark Carney,
Yeah.
your prime minister or whatever. He
Yeah,
is.
the phony-in-chief himself.
Wow.
He came to the White House.
Oh, that's right.
And that's how it started. The man said during his campaign that our relationship with the United States will never be the same, and even going to said that it's over with the United States relationship, economic relationship. And elbows up, elbows up. That's what he said. Want to strengthen our economy. So we go to the White House. Donald Trump, at first, reporters ask him, so you have a discussion today with Mark Carney. What you think about that? And Trump responds like, I don't know. I don't know why you want to see me. I didn't even know he was coming. So that's not a good start right there.
That's
so
funny.
we go to the White House. The man's rambling for 34 minutes, Donald Trump.
Uh-huh.
And Mark Carney doesn't even speak 4 minutes. And, you know, the man is a joke, man. He can't do nothing. When the man is speaking, you shut up, man. And it's exactly what he did. And that's a weak man. He was supposed to go there and to tell Trump out the cow with the cabbage. That's what he was telling all the time during his campaign.
He was talking tough.
Come on, man. He's there sitting, his hand on his knee, the knee close together, like a bell, you know. And he can't even put a sentence on because and Trump he goes in to say Canada will be the 51st state, and I hate the people who was working for Mr. Trudeau before you, but it's the same thing.
Yeah.
And the Mets said nothing. He put the, you know, he's the godfather of Chrystia Freeland kid, and Chrystia Freeland was the person who Trump was talking about that he doesn't like because she wanted to screw the United States with the tariff things. And the man didn't say nothing. He was saying yes with his head, you know?
Huh. Who is that you just mentioned?
Chrystia Freeland.
Chrystia Freeland.
Yes. She was negotiating with Trump with Mr. Trudeau when it was Mr. Trudeau the Prime Minister.
How do you spell it?
And Ciboulot. CHR, I think. CHRI.
Oh, I see it.
Okay.
Yeah, CHRYSTIA, Freeland, FREELAND. Okay, and so she's she was Trudeau's. Oh, she was the deputy prime minister and minister of finance.
Was. Now she working for the how you say that, the driving lane and.
Oh, the transportation.
Yes, transportation. Now that's her job right now. A job that nobody wants. But yeah, Chrystia Freeland's son's godfather is Mark Carney, and he did nothing. I look at her face. What the?
mildly attractive. I think it's a cute little smile.
No.
That's funny.
Hey man, so now he came back to Canada.
What does elbows up mean?
it's like we're gonna take power. You know, we're gonna take power of our economy, and we're gonna tell Trump how the cow with the cabbage. And then, elbows up. A real joke, man. And they had this actor. He's a Canadian actor for one of their advertising. Michael Myers.
Okay.
A real phony too. Elbows up.
Stand means
So
kind of like stand your ground, fight back, protect yourself, something like that.
Yeah.
Hockey
something
reference,
like that.
maybe. Hockey? I don't know.
Stand
Okay.
your ground. Yeah. You can
All
say
right.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a reference to hockey, which is the Canadian pastime sport.
Oh, okay, all right. I've never seen that.
Yeah. Interesting, man.
And he came back to Canada, and now all the tariffs we were supposed to do for the United States are gone.
So he's all bark, no bite.
Yep.
No teeth.
Everything's gone. Now there's no tariff anymore with the United States.
Oh, that's good.
We ain't gonna fight back. We're gonna do what Daddy said.
Daddy
Because
Trump.
when the ends that feed you talk, you shut up and you do what you're told.
That makes a lot of
And
sense.
That's what exactly is happening in Canada. When the man is speaking, you shut up and you do the work.
Yeah. Right on.
Because now it's not a joke.
Yeah.
I mean, how many presidents of the United States receive all those kinds of people before? Put it on TV and show them how phony they are.
Yeah.
I mean, no president did that before. I don't know, man. I've never seen a president do that before.
Right.
And now he's pulling his fist down. You know? He's backing up a little bit, but, you can't... Economically speaking, if he were to put his plan right now, there will be a lot of problems, and people won't be pretty happy. Some will be, but majority of people won't be happy because they can't see what's coming. You know? So he got to back up a little bit. In Canada, he has to, because he knows that our government is a mess. If he put his tariffs on, it's over for Canada, really, really, really. The real tariffs, I mean, and he was even saying to Carney when he was speaking to him that he was going to destroy the cars industry in Canada. The man did say nothing.
Wow.
Because Trump will destroy the car factories in Canada because he don't want our cars, so he said he's going to put tariffs on them. And I think it's the only tariff that is currently in the book. So the cars and the steel, aluminum, that's the tariffs that are put on Canada right now. I
Okay.
think. And the car industry can't survive that. So the man couldn't say nothing. It's a joke.
That's
Canada
good news,
is
man.
a joke.
I like it.
People is a joke. And they were all in their head thinking that is the world's going to end because of Trump. And now nothing happened. And now everybody seems, they don't even want to talk about it.
Yeah.
If I said to something, a boomer, because the boomers in Canada are not the boomers in the United States.
Okay.
The boomers in Canada are the people that put in these people in place. And because the majority of people are going to vote are boomers.
Right.
This year they had a record high between the age of 20 to 35. I think there was a record high people that were voting this year. But before that, it's always a boomer.
Yeah.
People don't think about politics over here. We live our lives, and the thing was not if the Canada was to no. It's not to be strong. We just want to put our swimming pool all right for the summer, so that everything politically won't be in our head. It's people are weak over here. People are. And it's a shame, man, because the thing happened when I say the boomers, because these people that got maybe 20 years to live are voting for the people that will pay for their mistakes because they don't want to put their country first and the kids first. They don't care about that because if someone is coming and putting all the things in place, first of all, the boomers, their greatest riches is their own. So if the home is going down, their riches going down, and they don't want that. So they better to have their house and screw up the kids. I don't even care if they can buy a house. I got mine, and it's a lot. I paid a little bit for it. Now I can get a little bit more for it. So screw you.
Wow, man. Terrible.
Yeah. Canada is a mess.
People are selfish. The boomers here are, for the most part, actually selfish. It's just they are more based per capita because they're older and they're whiter as well. And so the boomers here aren't that great either. And a lot of people have the same criticism that you're saying about the boomers here in America and their forefathers as well. Interesting, man. Nugget Man wants to know how many white babies you have.
None, man.
Okay.
I'm a poor.
You're young yet, though. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, I'm 29, but you know, I'm from my daddy, the devil.
I wish you well, Michael. It's great hearing from you. Take care.
Yeah. Have a nice day, bro.
You too. Appreciate it. There is one line open. I would like to get to a few super chats before I get back to the callers. I have David and Ocala coming up next, and the lines are filling up quickly, but I got to get to this stuff, guys. If we mosey on over to buymeacoffee.com/the Hake Report, as well as I can check my Streamlabs. Gregatron says, "Okay, Hake, can you show this to JLP and crew for Jesse's B-Day? It's the JLP movie I made." And here is a portion of it. Let me crank this a little.
Also rebuilding the family by rebuilding the man. I am Jesse Lee Peterson. How y'all? Welcome to the show. I feel like it's raining all over the world.
He fills out his size large shirt better than Hake.
You can get involved by calling 888-77-53773. 888-77-JESSE. JESSE.
So check out his movie. Very cool. Thank you, man. I got part of it. I have to catch more. I don't know if I've sent that to them yet, but thank you, man. Very cool. I shall. Over on buymeacoffee.com/the Hake Report. I forget what all I've got to. Angban, thank you. Cesar, thank you. Popcorn says Hake. Reads Wikipedia and Info Galactica, which is not so liberal Wikipedia. Articles about Stoner, J.B. Stoner, and some quotes from him about Hitler and Jewish people. Laughs at the quotes. I don't know the context. I couldn't tell you about the guy. I wasn't there. He may or may not have been a bad hombre. Also, Hake watches Uncle Tom 2 with a small excerpts about MLK. Not about MLK, of MLK. He was a phony, Ben Crump type atheist guy. Yeah, everybody knows a little bit about MLK. And then when you know a little bit more, you realize you can see right through him, especially when you see footage of him playing that victim single mother crap. My. Total phony. All of a sudden, you don't need to have been there? Right. I'd be curious to know if you or Mark's opinion of the guy would change if there was no dispute about whether he was responsible for bombing that church. He asks. Isn't that interesting? I don't have an opinion of him. Mark definitely does have an opinion of him. He thinks he's great. And Mark thinks that he didn't. And so I wouldn't be curious about the ifs, because the ifs are a mess. Don't go with if. That's imagination. Popcorn. It seems curious to me that it took until 1980 to convict him for the church bombing. It seems curious. Knowing what I know about communists, knowing what I've heard anyway, I know what I've heard about communists being behind church bombings to frame the KKK, to scare the blacks, to show maliciousness toward the blacks, because the blacks tend to be Christian, and Christian doesn't jibe with communism until you subvert Christian and turn it unchristian. So I don't know. It's curious. There's been many a railroading in the American courts just in our lifetimes. You think it was so much better back then? I don't know. I couldn't say. But I don't have to have an opinion on J.B. Stoner. Popcorn says, your caller Mark has often repeated the phrase, the Constitution was written by white men for white men. Yeah, for us and our posterity, said those founders. Excuse me. Hiding in plain sight within that statement is something I'm not sure Mark even realizes what he's saying, but it highlights something very interesting for white men. If Mark believes that statement is true, he's letting people know how the founders felt about their mothers, their daughters, their sisters. That is, you don't get these rights. That's right. There's no such thing as a right to vote, for example. By extension, Mark may feel the same way about women in his circle today. Popcorn really going into his head. Mark doesn't even talk about women. How can you believe that statement as Mark does? And men, it used to mean mankind, really. And then turn around and say you're donating money to the woman who called the black child the N-word because you supported her constitutional right to free speech. She's not a white man, so what constitutional right are you referring to? You can't have it both ways. If Mark feels that way about his feels what way about his mother, sister, daughter, etc., what more is there to say? You're not really making sense, man. You're putting words in his mouth. But anyway, Cesar, 3 coffees. Sup, Hake? You know I value your opinion on things, right? Laughing face with sweat coming down. There's been an Apple Pay prank videos that have gone viral, and I'm laughing because I haven't seen any of the videos, but I saw it demonstrated in real life from a certain Zoomer who may or may not be named Derrick, D-E-R-R-I-C-K, who may or may not be the black producer of JLP, who demonstrated the prank, and JLP did not laugh. Anyway, not too long ago, older people think they're getting money taken from them off their phones. I find this latest prank to be one of the funniest things I've seen lately, with double laughing emojis, tears coming out. But what I took from the comments, a lot of people were shaming those who find it funny, since the prank is being done on an older man, for the most part. Is it wicked of me to laugh and find these pranks funny? Only if you're sometimes laughing can be wicked. I started to say only if you're maliciously laughing and mocking and judging and hating the white men or the boomers, whoever were suckers of it. But it's not the only case in which it's wicked, because laughing itself is often childish, womanish, devilish, vanity, and in error. So I don't know. I can't say, Cesar, know for yourself. FYI, I did send you a clip on X in case you need an example of one of these pranks. Thanks, man. I shall check into that one of these days, man. And I hesitate to check my DMs live on screen. I've done it before. And I also hesitate to take more time, at least in this present moment, from the show, during the show, to do it, at least at the moment. But thank you kindly. By the way, speaking of video tips, I may get to it. One quick tip was from MANUEL. It's this Chinese guy saying you were colonized, talking to the blacks, this black guy. You were colonized by the Europeans, but you learned nothing from them. Chinese man to the Congolese. Here's this little clip. Oh, Lord.
按说是你们受欧洲国家管理这么长时间，应该是
He said you were governed by a European country
按说是你们受
for so
欧洲
long.
国家管理这么长时间，应该
You should have learned how things work.
是学到了很多
Look
先
at
进
his
的管
smile.
理。
哪有多少时间？
And Asians, they tend not to. Some Asians tend not to smile because a smiling person is an untrustworthy person, and they're kind of right about that. You smile when you're scamming. You're trying to manipulate. It's terrible, huh? That's partly why I think the laughing thing can be a sign of immaturity and missing things. You're too giddy. Don't be too giddy. But there's a time for laughter, and even to smile.
也没多少时
It
间。
wasn't that long ago, says this Congolese guy.
我们吵那个
Only 50 years ago, we celebrated independence. Here, let me get in the middle. Just a few weeks ago. Let's see, where shall I be? I don't know where to be. Okay, whatever.
国境题啊，很吵。现在是50年了。
Hey, this Congolese guy is speaking, it sounds like Chinese. Is that Chinese? I noticed the African and
第几50年那个？
就是50
Oh,
年
yeah.
以前你不是受
up till then you were
是吗？
under colonial rule.
是啊，那个先进的影响，那个
Experience should be passed on. Only that way you can you
往传下
develop.
来，越传越文明越发达了，怎么越来越倒退越落后
You went backwards instead of forwards, says the Chinese man to the Congolese.
你看这么先进的铁路，我
Look at your railways, high technology from the 1930s.
1930几年就电气化铁路，我这是中国才啥时候
We didn't even have it in China back
电
then.
气化铁路的？你看矿区那个铁路电气化的
Look at the railroads and the mines.
铁路，因为架得多好。
Cable lines are
你看现在
up.
你看那个，
Don't read this, kids.
哎呀，千疮百孔啊！
I can't bear to see that.
把原来留下的东西
They have cuss words in Chinese? You neglected the things others had left you.
没有更加
That's the way it goes.
的爱护保护去利
Human nature.
用它，反而
Especially, what's more, you completely destroyed
遭到
them.
了毁灭性的
Not him personally, but the black.
重创，就成这样子的嘛。
He's
只有慢慢
sulking because he
经
knows
过
he's
几
right.
代人
It will take generations to put things right.
他是
This is I think Manuel sent this in a coffee for Ronnie's benefit. If I have money, I drink all night.
就是中国说的那句话：今人有酒今人醉，明人没酒喝
No
凉水。
matter if I'm broke in the morning, I'll drink water. He says. I don't know what that means. It's like that here. Congo.
在这个消费观念上头啊，
With regards to money, we Chinese differ from the Congolese,
中国人和他们这个刚果人
Very tight.
他们受比利时
Like
西方
Jews.
影响，觉
who
得
learn from the Belgians.
他们有钱没钱啊，该消
Money
费
or
到消
not,
费，
they spend it, no stress.
那潇洒的很。一发工资那几天特别潇
On
洒。
payday, they throw it away.
比利时人我没有直接接触到
I
过，
haven't met any Belgians
但是
before,
我觉得接着他们这些人，但因为他
but looking at you guys, I suspect you're
受
like
比
that.
利时这个影响应该是也，我想也是这样子的。男的也是，你得有
On
钱
payday, the men go
男的
crazy.
看狂的很。
It's the first of the month.
过两天就娘儿俩都回来了。
Cash your checks and come up. 2 days later, they come asking to loan the money.
再没几天就开始给你借钱。其实他们喝酒，让他们说
They don't
喝
hold
酒
their
他
drink
喝不
that
了
well. They just like
就喜
drinking
欢那个，
alcohol.
喝酒吧里喝一喝，
They stand at the
屁
bar
股扭
drinking
一
a
扭啊，
beer
那
and
这
they'll
种屁股
start
是真
shaking
是
their
一绝啊，
behinds.
这确实是一绝啊，身材好看。
It's wonderful. Terrible. Thank you. Thank you. Don't look at my suggested videos. Thank you, Manuel. I wonder, and whites are going this way. That's why I don't completely poo-poo. Not always, but so many of us. I don't completely poo-poo Ronnie's answer about whites would be struggling too. But it's quite clear that as the whites are disappearing in America in many ways. Terrible. So thank you, sir. It's ma'am. I don't know if I... Yeah. Okay. Refresh that. So, Chinese to Congolese, not learning. We have no idea what you're saying, Hake, says Chase. Who, you and the Legion of Demons in you? I don't know. Could you guys understand me under that video? Girls like to laugh, Hake. You're going to be single forever. 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 I need to do this. Forever. Pardon the vocal fry. I gotta get to the lines are full, guys. David in Ocala, Florida, on the line here. David, thank you for calling and holding, man. How you doing?
Hey, let's get this party started, man.
Yeah. Not much. How about you?
I got that shirt.
Oh, awesome.
Forever. It's got the kid on there with
I
the
thought you were talking about
flashlight.
my shirt. I thought you were talking about JLP's shirt.
No, I got the kid from Sandlot.
The Sandlot, classic movie. It came out when I was a young man, a kid.
Oh,
Nice.
yeah, it's a great one, man.
Yeah.
It's a great one. Yeah, and look, 12 push-ups, man? Come on. You got to do better than that.
I do. But their quality, they're all the way down.
Oh, yeah.
And I do the first 5 or so on my fingertips.
Okay.
And then I pause at the bottom. And then I go all the way up and slow on the way down. And then I do on my fists. And then I do the last ones, with last couple on my hands. And then after that, I do like a downward, I hate this term, but downward dog type of bridge type thing. And then go like arch my back a little bit. And I do like several of those, maybe like 9 of those. So I do like a total of 21 things. And then I'll, stretch and do
21 things off of 12 push-ups.
21 things total.
Check this out, man.
Yeah.
I told you I quit smoking when I was 24.
Yeah.
But I really didn't start taking super care of myself till I was about 32. I had started going out after work with my friends drinking Budweiser.
That's when I quit
stuff.
taking care of myself. Well, I don't know. I was around 30, but go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, so I'm 32, and all of a sudden I swelled up to like 172, and my average weight is like 160.
Yeah.
And when I'm really light, dude, I'm like 145. Anyway.
Wow.
So I got these weights from my friend and started pumping, iron.
Yeah.
A real weight set too, the 45-pound bar, the whole, the real deal.
Yeah.
Anyway, I got down to 159, man, and I looked like Rocky in freaking Rocky 3.
Yeah.
Remember seeing that?
Vaguely, yeah. That's the one with Mr. T, I think.
Yeah, like Sylvester. Anyway, so one day I'm at work. That's why I brought this up, because you brought up the push-ups. One day I'm at work, and somebody dared me to see how many push-ups I could do in 1 minute. They wanted,
Okay.
I said, all right, I'll pump as many out as I can.
Yeah.
You got to realize I got dress shoes on, dress pants on, and a dress shirt. Now I took my tie off. Anyway,
There you go.
I got like 52 push-ups in 1 minute.
Not bad, man. And obviously, you probably weren't able to go like all the way down, or were you?
I put my nose to the floor.
Okay.
To the floor, dude.
All right.
Like a
And did
baby,
you crane your neck
inch.
forward and put your nose to the floor, or did you have your neck straight with your back?
I was completely straight. I mean, this is a guy that was
No
working
craning your
out
neck.
like forever that challenged me to see what I could do.
That's cool,
In
man.
fact, I started training with him, and I became like nuts, dude, because he got me working my legs, and I never really worked my legs, and he got me doing real pull-ups, not the right way, with wrist wraps hanging on a bar.
Okay.
And, dude, I became like very aggressive.
Awesome,
Okay?
man.
I mean, yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, I don't use wrist wraps. I've never used grip assistance. My grip fails before my pull-up otherwise would fail. Oh, although I have in the past when I was training my mid-late 20s, I did it so crazy that I actually pulled my armpit. And so I quit. And but yeah, I'm back up to like 8 quality, slow, all the way down pull-ups. So that's not bad, right? It's not bad.
You're talking about the right way, not with your wrist,
neutral grip. But yeah, all the way down.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I ended up getting myself up to I could do 185 10 times, 4 sets of 10 when I weighed like 160.
That's your bench? 185?
Yeah, that's what I worked
10
out with that at that. And then
Okay,
I dropped down, I dropped down. The next time I'd only do 155 and then 135 I just blast them out.
Oh, in your sets. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I could only do 225 4 times because my wrists were too thin.
Oh, okay.
I just couldn't handle the weight. Man.
Yeah.
It was just too much.
Yeah.
Anyway, enough of that. Hey, the problem with the black, we all know this, the black community is these women having these children out of wedlock. Okay?
That's huge. That is a huge problem. Underestimated what a problem that is. Yep.
And what the problem with it is.
That's not the only problem though. Because
No.
no other race is given the fake excuse of racism like the blacks are. But go ahead. Continue.
Yeah. Well, what it does is it takes the protection of God off you because there's supposed to be an order in the family.
Yep.
And I mean, I know that personally because I was a child born out of wedlock. Okay.
Oh.
And
okay.
it just opens a child up to just a certain, numerous things. Okay.
Yeah.
Like here, I got some. There's a house in our neighborhood that's like a rental house. Somebody bought it and they died or something, and the bank just rents this thing out.
Okay.
Anyway, and these black women, they think they're special, and they just we'll talk about that in a second. But anyway, this woman has like 4 or 5 kids. All right.
Okay.
They're running around all the time. But anyway, one day I was walking around the block, and I noticed that her tire was low, like real low. Okay,
Yeah.
one of the tires on her car. So I told the kids, I said, "Hey, tell your mom she can drive her car down here, and I'll pump her tire up because I got an air compressor in my garage." So she came down and she did this a couple times, right? Maybe 3 times. I helped her out before she got her tire fixed. Anyway, the last time to come down, she had to put a tag on the back of her car. She had a tent tag on this car, and she didn't have a screwdriver. So I give them my screwdriver, right? They never give it back.
Yeah, never lend stuff to people.
Well, it ain't the point, man. Here's the deal. Here's the kicker.
Yeah.
About 2 weeks later, 3 weeks later, got a knock on my door, and I open it up, and it's 2 of her kids, and they're asking me, "My mom wants to know, do you got an iPhone? Can she borrow your charger?"
Oh, Lord. And you learned your lesson.
Oh, I told them I don't got an iPhone, I don't got a charger, and of course I do, but I'm not going to.
Well, you know what?
What
you can say to avoid lying if you're afraid, if you're concerned about lying, you can say, "I don't have one for you."
Oh, that's what I did say.
Yeah,
now
because you may
care of-
have one, but you don't have one for you.
No, I don't have one for them.
For them,
kept
exactly.
My freaking,
Yeah.
kept my dang, screwdriver. So anyway, do you remember? I don't know the guy's name, but there was this black guy that died of a heart attack about maybe a year ago, and he used to have these black women call him up. Do you know what guy I'm talking about?
Yeah, Kevin Samuels.
Okay, that was his name. Okay,
Rest in peace. Yeah, thanks. I get that, but I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah,
I appreciate you not plugging the name.
Well, I didn't know his name anyway. That's why I just said it.
Right on.
So, but and then you could plug it. Anyway, yeah, Kevin. So Kevin has this woman call up one time. She's got 3 kids, okay, from 3 different fathers.
Yeah.
And she
Terrible.
wants a man she weighs 180 pounds, and she wants a man that makes 200,000 or more a year.
Wow.
That's how unrealistic these black women
Yeah.
are. They're totally gone, dude, because they're told from the day they're born how special they are.
Queens
because
and stuff.
They come from slavery.
Yeah.
Their ancestors were slaves.
And that's human nature to be selfish and want more than you can get. But you're right that they're fed this lie of racism and being special and we're the best and they're the most into their race, thinking their race is so special. People that I've ever seen, they're just shameless about it.
Out of control. Here's an example. This
To their
Angel
detriment.
Reese chick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, this Angel Reese chick versus Caitlin Clarke. Now, that Angel Reese can't hold a candle to freaking Caitlin Clarke, but they're pumping her up,
Yeah.
constantly, giving her, she's not that good of a ball player. She's all right, but she can't hit them threes like Caitlin can.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I do.
So they hate her.
That's so true, man. Angel Reese is like, I'm good too. I'm special too. And people are treating her like she's special too. I don't know. I haven't watched enough and I don't know basketball enough to know how good or not she is compared with Caitlin Clarke. But I don't dispute what you're saying. I just don't know. But it's totally affirmative action. I saw her on the back of like a McDonald's coffee, 99-cent large McDonald's coffee.
Got a picture of her?
That was like they're promoting her because, she probably partly because she's black. She's mildly attractive, and she's probably maybe the second best in the league, at least probably second biggest name in the league at this point in the WNBA, which is top of the dung pile. But yeah, what was funny is I'm looking at this foul on X. This is Angel Reese, the black gal in the white, and this is Caitlin Clarke. We look at Caitlin Clarke shoves this girl in red, this one girl in red in the key to get the rebound or something. And Caitlin Clarke is pointing because you just shoved this girl.
Yeah, I saw her. Angel Reese shoved her.
Yeah, and then so Caitlin Clarke, she's like pointing at the foul, and then she has to get back in the game, and then so she does a foul on Angel, knocks Angel Reese down. Boom. Get down there. And then she just walks away.
They can't even stay out of basketball. You notice that?
Say again? They can't even
stay out of basketball. Talking about women, they gotta play basketball.
Yeah, I know. And it looks so
tennis,
mannish. These women. But
Well,
I think that was a good foul on Caitlin Clarke's part. She's been exercising. Her arms are like roughly plus or minus mine. And so right on, because she got fouled like crazy, pushed around. Now she's doing the pushing, and I'm for it. It was you reap what you sow, Angel Reese. Nice.
Yeah, well, this country, man, from watching your show and listening to you, I would have never looked into this. I mean,
Yeah.
So here's the deal. I guess the United States government around 1920, when we were 90% white, decided, there's too many white people, there's too many Irish immigrants, so we got to get, and Italians, we got to get these people from all over the rest of the world. So
Yeah.
just bring them jokers in. Then in 1965, they did another Immigration Act bull crap.
Yeah.
And dude, I'm telling you, we're down to like 40% white.
Wow.
Okay? I can't believe that we're any more than that. Dude, I just went to Walmart again the other day, and I'm walking in, and there's no white person, but there's 10 people either coming in and out of the place, and I'm the only white guy.
Wow.
All their workers are freaking black, or they're or like they're from another country. They're not American. You know they're not Americans.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
why Mark's pissed off.
Right. They claim that we're what, 40, 60 something % of the population. But I think that you're right. I think that it's much lower.
Right, because they don't want people to know this.
Yeah.
That's how they're, listen, no way in God's green earth should Ilhan Omar be in our government.
I know. I'm with you, man.
She shouldn't even be in our country.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Let alone up there running her nasty. I saw a clip of her the other day just blasting white people.
Yeah.
Saying white people, did you see that?
No, I don't think I saw this any recent one, but
it might have been an older one. I just saw a rerun.
I don't know. It may not be. She's running her mouth all the time, so I wouldn't be surprised if there's something new that I haven't heard.
Telling us that that we're the problem and all this and that. No, she's the problem. It's people like that,
right
there, man. So. Let me leave you with this, man. There's a line in a rap song, and there's no cussing in this, okay? But
okay.
This just goes to show you that the black community, maybe it's better now, I don't know, but it goes like this. It goes, even though she's got 5 mouths to feed, she'd rather spend her money on an HIT. And you think about that, dude. Do you understand what that says?
Oh, that she's a crack fiend.
Right.
Okay.
Smoking crack, okay?
But she's still a black queen.
No, even though she's got 5 mouths to feed, she's still a black queen. Even though she's got 5 mouths to feed, she'd rather spend her money on a HIT.
Terrible hit on a hit of crack.
On a hit of crack. Instead of feeding her baby.
Terrible.
Right? So how would you like to be one of those kids?
I wouldn't. Yeah, there's no wonder that blacks are so angry and out of control. And they misdirected at the whites. Ridiculous.
Well, if that woman wasn't having children out of wedlock, it wouldn't be a problem now, would there?
Right. It wouldn't.
Yeah. Well, listen, man, have a happy Memorial Day. And,
thank you, man.
Thanks for having me on. I got cut off. I'm glad I got back on.
Cool.
And then I had my cat was out on my back porch, and she had this lizard hanging out of her mouth. I had to get that out.
Right on, man.
I had quite an interesting time before you picked up. Anyway, take it easy, man. Y'all have a great day.
All right. Appreciate you, man.
Later on, man. All right, bye.
Take care. Manuel in California is on the line over here. Manuel, thanks for calling and holding. What's up?
Morning, Hank.
Hey. Morning.
I want to give a shout out to Derek for standing up for the white man.
Oh yeah, he did a great job. He's a sensible young man.
Yesterday when you guys were talking with the experts and all that, and he brought up that and how Trump needs to look into the white people here in America and stand up for them too. Like
that's right.
It takes a lot to say that,
Yeah.
It's just amazing,
He has a high sapience index. High sapience index. That's Derek.
So I want to talk about that South Africa and Trump meeting yesterday or whatever day that was.
Okay.
Do you think that Trump is playing 3D chess on these people?
On the South Africans and on the world?
Media, South Africans, everything, the whole world. Do you think he's 2 steps ahead of everyone, 3 steps ahead, and everyone's just barely catching up?
That, you know what? That totally could be. He could be like ahead of me, obviously. So that's an interesting. Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
So this is just me going over some things last night because I was a little high, so I started writing down some thoughts. But anyways, so I look at it like Donald Trump's playing chess with these guys, So he starts out by canceling the refugee statuses of people. And I guarantee you it wasn't a canceling of refugees. It was just more of like, we're going to tighten up these loose ends.
Right.
And make
They're no longer protected from deportation. That's all that is.
Right.
Yep.
Right. So instead of it being laxed and open, he's tightening the requirements.
That's right.
I guarantee that's all he did.
Yep.
But knowing the media is going to lose their mind over this.
Yeah.
Oh, he's blocking these people. He doesn't like these people. He only wants, or not that far yet, but he doesn't want refugees. He's a terrible, terrible person. Knowing that they're going to cover all this free coverage, cable, whatever. It's all over CNN,
right.
MSNBC, all these content creators. Because they all do their little clips. Crowder. Other people.
Yeah.
Hold on, where am I at?
That's a good point.
Yeah. Okay, so then he never mentions the color of the people. He only mentions South Africans when he gets to this point, And the whole time, the media is not even paying attention to that. They're just fuming at the mouth because he's canceling this and canceling that. And then they go straight to the white. Oh, he only wants white people. And so he knows that they're going to plaster those white people all over the media, even though they will not cover anything for the last 10 years of them being killed. But now they'll cover it because they can demonize them, demonize Trump. So the best way to get free coverage, even if it's bad coverage, coverage is coverage.
That's
They'll
right.
put it out there. So Trump knows what he's doing by playing this card. Oh, okay, you guys say you're not racist, so let me just put this out there. I won't mention color. I just want to save a certain subgroup of people that are being murdered. And I guarantee you not a single person realized what he was going to do. They didn't think he was he's going to play them killing the boer, kill the farmer on live TV while all these other people are there in the White House, because they have cameras running. What are they going to do? Shut them all off all of a sudden?
Right.
So they've been plastering these whites as just like Ronnie says, we don't need them. We don't need white people.
Right.
Don't say anything about white people. We're just talking about a subgroup in a country that are being killed.
Right.
You break it down to the very basics of it. And, there's no way they realized that he was going to do that. And he sealed the deal with the tariffs. That's what really sealed it. That's what started this whole, let's play chess, homie. And so when the tariffs go and Zelensky came, they saw how Zelensky got handled. They manhandled Zelensky. They put him in his place. So all these world leaders after that started getting in line. They're like, we better get in line because Trump ain't playing, So then Trump, the way he is, he's like, hey, you guys want to play? I'm going to put your feet in the fire. And he put the South African leaders' feet in the fire in front of everybody, in front of the world yesterday. Now you can't deny it. All these Democrats, and just these people that are against it are just making a big deal out of it. Like, dude, it's 59 people.
Yep.
Out of 100,000, that's 0.0059. Out of 1 million, that's like 0.000059. So, less than 1% of the people that have been allowed into the U.S., 59 of them were white. And you guys made the biggest deal in the world about white people.
Just exposing their hatred. Yeah. That is brilliant, isn't it? That's awesome.
Right. That's why, I hear, Ronnie's cool. Don't get me wrong, but, he doesn't like white people.
Yeah.
It's plain
That's
and
true.
obvious.
Yeah. He has
I'm sure he doesn't mean death on him, but he doesn't see through the propaganda that is being put in front of his face.
Yeah, totally.
If he didn't really care or hate white people, then what would it matter if 0.000059% came here?
Right.
The white population worldwide in the 1950s or 40s was 35%. And now the world population of whites is 8%.
Wow. Is that true that it was 35? Did you say it was 35%? The worldwide?
In the 1940s.
Wow.
In
Really?
the 1940s, it was 35% white population worldwide.
Whose
now,
fault is that?
8%. Well, you can't blame it too much on too many things, but war, if you think about it, most world wars are with the whites. You know? I'm sure a lot of death there, both sides being killed. Civil War, both whites being killed.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a lot to it besides just not systematic, but just a.
I mean, the number of
the attacking.
They say that educated people, so-called educated people, make fewer babies. and the whites are the most educated, but then blacks, as they get educated, they make fewer babies. All these other races that get so-called educated, especially maybe the women, don't make babies. So it might have to do with the feminism thing. Go ahead. What's it?
Yeah, go ahead.
I think that it's there's a self-destructive thing about whites lately and about so-called educated people lately. And maybe it has to do with the women being into themselves and educated and propped up, and the men being into the women. I don't know what's going on exactly, but I think a lot of it has to do with the brainwashing.
Right.
The
it's got to be
selfishness.
propaganda. I'll blame it on feminism too.
A little bit.
Feminism kind of teaches you to avoid your breeding years and
Right.
get your career and then have a family.
It also brainwashes the men to be all tiptoeing around women and pleasing of women,
Right.
which is also evil and counterproductive to making babies and winning
Right.
women.
Make them your god, bend
Yeah.
your knee. Like that. It's a terrible thing.
Yeah.
Back in the day, like my grandparents had I think 10 children, and then my great grandfather had 15 or 16. So the whites will produce, but I think just the way that society is, the way that money is, you almost do need a 2 household income to be
Oh yeah.
out of poverty.
Yep. The whatever they did with the messing up what the value of money. There's all kinds of
that, and then once you
go ahead.
Once you double the labor force,
right?
If you had 1 million workers
with
and
women,
all of a sudden you got 2 million. Right, you got
Yep.
2 million workers. You can lower the price.
Yeah,
because you have more out there.
That's right.
So I get women want to work. I don't mind it, but it's if you guys realize the less amount of you out here, the more the wages will go up.
Right.
And then you don't have to rely on having to go out and do this and do that to survive.
Yeah.
If you just stay at home with your kids, which to me is crazy. My baby mama is a stay-at-home mom, and she doesn't even watch her kids.
Wow.
Dump her kids off at 8 a.m. That's why, I hear Jesse saying, they don't love their children. I believe it now. I see it.
Yeah.
There's no reason that she's got 2 kids that are out of the age of school, under 6, and she still goes and takes them and dumps them off at a daycare every day.
Yeah.
And they even have a cleaning lady.
What a mess.
Isn't that crazy? You're at home all day and you don't even clean.
That's crazy.
It just taught these people to just be lazy, push your work off to somebody else, live for yourself, don't worry about your kids. They'll survive on their own, make sure you're happy overall.
Yeah.
And to me, that's wild.
Selfishness is self-destructive.
Right.
And it's destructive to the children, to society, it's a mess. Wow, thank you, Manuel. Great call. Appreciate you, man.
All right. Good hearing from you. You guys have a good weekend.
All right. Thanks. You too.
Thank you.
Wow. I'd like quickly to get to Jeff in Louisiana, and I want to be fair to everybody, though. I know Ronnie's name was mentioned. Jeff in Louisiana, what's up, man?
Okay, man, this is quick. It's something real stupid, Dave, but I heard Jesse say it. I've heard it said a few times, and people call in, but I heard Jesse say this morning, and then when I think it's Michael Mechanic Carney said it, those saying how the cow ate the cabbage.
Yeah.
Cows don't eat cabbage. Cabbage gives cows gas.
Terrible. Okay, so interesting.
And actually, cabbage is a part of a plant family called Rhodesian. It's toxic to cow's health.
Wow.
Farmers will give them a treat with it every now and then, but they don't eat it regularly because you give them cabbage, that gives a Pepto or something. And it's just, that's just, but nah, man, that thing on Trump about that South African dude, if you watch any news show, I just watched a clip of what they cut from every news show. Every channel is saying Trump ambushed him.
It's not an ambush. If he paid attention to what Trump was saying in the days in advance, he knew what was coming.
Yeah,
and you know Trump, it's not an ambush. Yeah, you're right, though. The liberal media all were saying the word ambush. That's what Big Bump pointed out to me, and because after I read it on CNN, it was also on these other major channels, ABC.
Well, the Trump is more like, he ambushed him just like he did Zelensky.
Right. And Zelensky should have known that was coming too, because we all have our criticisms, and Trump too, of South Africa, of the Ukraine situation, and so that's ridiculous. He's dealing with the real issues, face to face. Go ahead.
Last time I make a quiz and they get calls. Y'all have Zaxby's out there?
Say again? Do we have what?
Y'all have Zaxby's restaurant out there?
I don't recognize. Can you spell it? Spell it.
Zaxbys.
Zaxby's. It doesn't ring a bell. Zaxby's.
Well, it's a chicken joint, and they're real popular. It's a real popular chain. But I just read where they're going on strike right now because they want Zaxby's to end gun violence. What a ball state that is, which is dumb. And they want $25 an hour to drop chicken in the fire.
Say that one more time.
I said they want Zaxby's to end gun violence. That's all they said, end gun violence.
That's ridiculous.
And they want $25 an hour to drop chicken in a fire, basically.
To drop chicken in a fire? That's...
No, I said they want $25 an hour, so they want $25.
Oh,
basically
Lord.
just drop chicken in a fire.
They got fired?
No, I said to drop chicken in the fire, to cook chicken.
Oh, drop chicken. They dropped chicken in the fire?
I said to drop chicken into a fire.
Uh-huh.
Fryer. Just they want
a fryer. Sorry, thanks. Yeah. I'm slow.
They basically want $25 to cook chicken.
That's right, huh? So they want $25 an hour. I'm looking at Facebook. Post under Donald Trump for president. It says Zaxby's, Zaxby's, Z-A-X-B-Y''S.
It is right there on the second one down. It says that they're demanding Zaxby's to
end gun violence and pay all employees at least $25 an hour. That's ridiculous. To drop a chicken in a fryer. That's funny, man. That's ridiculous. Spoiled.
Man, that's like you go to. That's like going to McDonald's and paying $25 spilling your burger.
Yeah, I think in L.A. What is the McDonald's Los Angeles minimum wage? I think it's like $20 an hour.
Y'all pay a lot more than we do,
which is ridiculous. I think all they're doing is enabling they're inflating the value of work. Yeah, go ahead.
It's been over 20 years since I made minimum wage, but even at the job I retired from, I take it back. I work for the same industry. I don't mention the company names. I don't plug companies.
Yeah.
I worked at the same industry, a different company. I started in 2011. I started out at $11.70 something an hour.
Yeah.
And 4 years later, 6 years after promotion, I ended at $15 something an hour. And I took my new job. I started at $23.72 an hour.
Wow. Is that union or just a?
Well, the first one wasn't union. The second one was.
Yeah. Unions are able to finagle higher.
The second one is like 40 something an hour.
Is it the same work, or do you get more breaks, or is it cushier? Or
actually, it's the same. It's the same field, but it's less work. Like
same field, but less work.
Yeah, well, like at the first company, you have to do, I'll just say lines like a line in your house, like internet line, a telephone line, something like that. first job you could run anywhere from 1 to 20 per job, and that takes time. The second job, you just have 1 to run. Every job you have 1 to run. You had to run 1. So it was less work, but they do make it more difficult on you with the rules and regulations and all this kind of crap.
Yeah.
Like I went on a job one day and my boss kind of screwed me around and put me on a job at 4:30. It shouldn't have been done. Because I had to drop what we call helping. I had to get the higher ups and they go work on the main lines to fix it. It gets me at 4:30 and didn't get to it, but I went out there. I climbed a power pole without my straps, without a hard hat, without my belt, without nothing. And I got suspended for 3 days.
Yeah. That's a safety violation, man.
I should have been fired on that.
Yeah, true. Well,
but I set me up on it is what he did.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, totally. Could be.
Yeah, man, but I was good, man. I know you guys are college trying to get to.
Okay. Thanks, man.
How you going, man?
You as well. Yeah, I'm gonna try to plow through all of you guys and yet be somewhat fair, quote unquote. So Ronnie in Ohio on the line. Go ahead, Ronnie. Defend yourself. We accuse you of not liking whites.
My brother Hake, everything going all right today?
It is. Thanks, man.
Cool. So yes, I'm okay when people address the things that I say as long as they don't misquote me and then try to argue with the misquote.
Yeah.
And then falsely accusing me of things. I also don't take too kindly to that.
Understandable.
So yesterday, Hayden in Texas said that I referred to Obama as the greatest president we've ever had, and I've never said that ever in my life.
Just one of the best.
Yes, among the best. But to say the best or the greatest, no, I've never made that claim at all.
All right.
Manuel, or is it Manuel? I'm not sure how you pronounce it.
He goes by Manuel because he's a white American, white Hispanic, Portuguese American.
He's a white Hispanic American. The way the way he described his baby mama, I wonder if she's a white Hispanic or if she black. I know he said she had some character issues, not wanting to raise the children.
Yeah.
But he also didn't disclose her race, so I'd be interested to know that. But
I like to know stuff like that too. Go ahead.
Yeah. So he accused me of saying that we don't need white people. I know I've never said that ever.
Okay, nice. So we need white people. True or false?
True.
Nice. Based. Ronnie, friend of the whites. White appreciator. Ronnie in Ohio. Thank you for the white appreciation.
Well, when he accused me of, quote unquote, hating white people or not liking white people, you said that was true.
Yeah, I agree with him.
And I'm good with letting y'all be wrong. Like, you have the right to be wrong.
Right.
And in this situation, you are wrong. But I'm curious to know how you came to the conclusion that I dislike or hate white people.
Well, you said you seem to have a bias against white people. You said that if the whites disappeared, the POCs would do fine. But if the POCs disappeared, the people of color, the whites would struggle. And that was interesting, I found.
I said it would be interesting to see what happens.
Oh, true, you did. But you predicted that the POCs would be just fine.
Yes.
But it would be interesting to see how whites... Go ahead.
Yeah, Krishan Nadon he mentioned the same question that I asked. He brought up, is the Constitution still going to be here?
Right, everything will be here. Whether the POCs respect it or not, totally different story. And how they interpret it, because now they're trying to pretend like to interpret it in all kinds of crazy ways. Have you noticed that people interpret it to mean that, oh, you can kill the babies? It's constitutional.
Yeah, I see people having that debate.
Yeah. So the Constitution is going to be interpreted out of existence. Just like the Bible.
Overwhelmingly, black people here in America overwhelmingly respect and adhere to the Constitution. You don't see many black people doing things that are unconstitutional. And if black people do something that's unconstitutional, chances are they are punished for it.
I don't know.
Obviously, there are going to be some exceptions to the rule, but most black people that commit crimes end up going to jail.
No, they don't, man. That's not true.
And most black people don't commit crimes overall.
No, most murders in the black community are not even solved.
There are unsolved murders. You're absolutely correct.
Most.
But if somebody commits a murder and they're found guilty of that murder and they're black, chances are they're going to jail.
Nice. Right on. Let's see. You were asking me in the chat about abortion and out-of-wedlock births in the black community, which are higher proportionately than the rest of the other races and ethnicities. And you asked me whether the other races and ethnicities also suffer from abortion and out-of-wedlock birth. And to answer your question, of course they do. Yes.
Okay, good deal. And I'm always good with you when you're being consistent.
Yep.
I appreciate and being genuine. So I appreciate that.
Thanks, man. We'll talk again, hopefully.
Yes, sir. Enjoy the good long weekend. Happy Memorial Day to everybody, and y'all take care.
Yeah, we'll be live on. I'm sure we're going to be live on the radio shows on Monday, but the office, I believe, will be closed, so it'll be like half days for us.
Your boss is making you work on Memorial Day?
We usually do. Not
You must have a black boss. Your boss can't be white. Ain't no white boss gonna make you work on Memorial Day.
Nice. Thank you, Ronnie. Appreciate it, man.
I kid.
Yeah.
If y'all live, I'll definitely be tuning in. I should have a little more time on my hands, and I might even be able to call and talk to Uncle Jesse that day.
Big Bump may or may not be live with me. We shall see. To be announced. To be arranged.
Oh, yeah. I always like Big Bump. I definitely want to call in and talk to him about his hip-hop Mount Rushmore. I want to know who he has on it.
Okay, man.
Yeah, so yeah, if he's on, I'll definitely be giving you guys a call just to at least get that tidbit of information from me.
Sounds good. Take care, Ronnie.
All right, brother. Take care.
Bye. Brogan, a first-time caller out of Boston, Massachusetts. Brogan, Brogan.
Hello, James Hake. How are you?
I'm doing fine. How are you, man?
Top of the morning to you.
Yeah.
Top of the afternoon to you from Boston by way of County Cork, Ireland.
Shout out.
Yeah, I don't know. I got distracted by that last caller. Sounds like a black fella.
Yeah, he's
doesn't
black.
seem like he has any idea what he's talking about with the black.
Might not. Yeah, that was interesting about the Constitution.
All the crimes here in Boston.
Yeah, I would think so.
They commit all the crimes I ever saw.
Terrible. So how long you been in Boston?
Yeah, quite some time. I'll say I was back in Ireland during the Troubles. I don't know if you know anything about the Troubles, but I've kind of retired. I've gotten away from that.
Oh, good for you, man. Yeah, you want to get away from that trouble. Stay out of trouble if you can. You talk about some of those riots and things the other year.
All the troubles. I'm laying low. I moved to Boston, opened up my karaoke business.
Really?
I tell you, I could have never done that in Ireland, especially now with the way things are, with all the Africans and the people coming in there. You know, it's just destroying the economy, destroying our business opportunities.
Yeah. Wow. Well, I wish you well with that business. That's awesome, man. Shout out to the immigrants and foreigners who are very enterprising. I respect that.
Yeah, it's been a really good thing to change from being involved in all that mess with the Troubles to finally getting away from it and coming to Boston and starting my karaoke and sort of starting over. And I wish the other Irish folks would have another chance to do that, similar to what's going on with the South Africans, you know.
Yeah, you know what? All of the European countries, I don't know if Ireland should be considered European, but the island countries as well, British Isles. Is it considered British Isles, or are you guys your own thing?
Well, I don't care much for the British, you know.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I think that all the
The
white,
hell with the
we'll call it all the white countries are facing problems from their governments who have turned their backs on them.
Yeah. Right. You know, sometimes I watch you on Rumble and I see some of your chatters. They seem to really have a good idea of what's going on.
Yeah.
Especially that fella Age of Inversion. He doesn't seem to really care for the Jews too much.
Right. Yeah. A lot of these guys have noticed stuff about so many Jewish people, and I disavow noticing. But shout out, they do know some of what's going on.
Right. Well, I appreciate you letting me take a moment to come on your show, Hake. I know you're getting close to your time when you usually play your music.
Indeed.
We do a lot of music here too at Irish Brogan in Boston. You should check us out.
Oh, okay. No plugs, man. But I wish you well with your business. It's good to hear from you. And I hope that I think Trump will be good for the world, and possibly even Ireland. I think he's been good for Canada, having to whip themselves into shape. I got to run, Brogan. Take care.
You're very welcome. Thanks for taking my call, Hake.
You're welcome. Bye. Got to get to Mark in Los Angeles. I know I'm less than a few minutes away. Go ahead.
Yeah, Hake, I just wanted to say Happy Memorial Day, first of all.
Thank you. You too.
The thing about Ronnie, I mean, he's ridiculous. He says black people get punished when they break the law. What happened to the Newark mayor? The Newark mayor, Newark, New Jersey, broke into an ICE facility. He trespassed. It was on camera. The evidence was overwhelming, but because of black privilege and self-hatred on the part of white people, he walked. So, Ronnie, when you say Negroes don't get brought to justice, or you say they are brought to justice when they break the law, you're lying. The BLM rioters should have been executed publicly for what they did, and they weren't even in jail. But I say Antifa should have. I know they're white, they're transvestites and pro-Negro. They should be executed publically. I think public executions will stop this. The only way you're going to stop.
I don't know about that. That seems extreme. But if they are killing, though, if they're killing, if they are true insurrectionists. If they are insurrectionists, there should be a strong, serious punishment, and there's nothing serious or strong happening in response. I can agree with you on that.
Murder.
There were murders, that's for sure.
The 2020 riot.
Yeah, burning and looting.
Right. So there was another point. I know this is off subject, but I just need to bring this up for clarification. Somebody called and said the taxes on tips didn't include credit card purchases. That's not true. I researched it.
Okay.
I called Congress people. There's nowhere that distinguishes between credit card tips and cash tips.
Wow. Okay. And so thank you for checking on that. According to Mark's research, guys, you can give somebody, you can write in the credit card tip, and they will not be charged for that either. It's not just cash tips only.
Yeah, and you could just call your local congressman.
Yeah.
If they answer the phone.
So you people in the service industry who get tips, you can check out and see if you're tax exempt on your tips or not.
Oh, it could change when the Senate gets it, but I kind of doubt it.
Yeah.
How much time do I got? I wanted to get into something else.
30 seconds.
30 seconds. Oh, yeah. Well. No, I was just going to say there was a case in Germany where a white German woman was assaulted or nearly raped by a Negro foreigner, from Africa somewhere, and she stabbed him. She brought him to justice. She killed him, and now they're charging her.
Was it in self-defense?
Huh?
Was it self-defense?
Yeah, well, I obviously it was, but the Germans are so full of self-hate that they're going to try to prosecute this woman. Similar to Rittenhouse. If white people fight back against these demons, they're going to try to throw you in jail. But I'd rather be judged by 12 than carried by 6.
I understand that.
Yeah, and I'm not going to be afraid of these demons. They want us to be afraid. They use the term racist.
Well, they also want you angry. And
that's
another
but
warning.
The term racist is a way to keep you in check.
Right.
We got you on that, Whitey. You can't say that word. We control you on that.
Yeah, it's
This
ridiculous.
is how these.
I got to run, man. I just realized that it's been like, I got to close. Take care,
Can
Mark.
I say one last thing?
No, I got to run. I'm out. Take care.
Racism saves lives.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye, guys. Jaime Inicio. Peace in the Middle East, at least in your hearts. I'm late. Take care.